So let's start at the star. And the star card is the basis of what all this means. So the star card looks like you have been giving forth a lot of energy. You may be bringing down a lot of information from, your great ideas, enacting them into the physical world and giving out a lot of energy. It does look like don't forget to give to yourself. That's one thing that the star kind of represents for me, is when you're outpouring lots and lots of energy towards projects and others and not remembering yourself, kind of naked, if you will. But it does look like you have some projects, some things that are bringing a little bit more excitement into your life. This may be around something planned, whether you're retiring or moving, but it does feel like there's some motion involved here and that you've been working pretty hard for this outcome. So it does feel like things are coming more and more into focus on which direction that you are supposed to go in this project or this endeavor. But it does look like it requires a lot of your effort, your time, and energy. Now, the Kings of Wands, and the King of Swords here, he kind of represents great strength, mental work, communication, can be a teacher. So it does feel like this represents your efforts, Virgo. So it may be requiring some mental acuity, some digging deep, a little bit more research, and making sure your words are true before you make any agreements. The King of Swords kind of slashes through the jive as well and kind of detect. He's got a really good BS detector. But the King of Swords basically is about mental work and strength in the face of challenges. So it does look like you're having to pull up a little bit more of your own personal strength, cut through the jive, being discerning on who gets your energy and who doesn't for this project. But it does look like something is very nearing completion and that you have been working on something for quite a while. So you are seeing like the light at the end of the tunnel type of thing, and it's not a train. What is above you is the King of Pentacles. Also, kings are about completing things, or about standing in integrity, and pentacles are earthly things, and it also dictates some courage and some maturity towards a situation. It may be pulling a little bit on your worldly things, like it may demand some more of your time and money. Pentacles can be money, but it does look like you have to take the high road. But if you continue on this road and keep things in integrity, it does represent success. These two can be people. This King of Pentacles, this can be you, even if you are in a female body, but making sure that you have time for you and trust your intuition. If it feels funky, it is, but this does feel like this ending or completion of this project is coming up, and you're going to have to remain in integrity. You may have to go the distance a little bit. You may have to anticipate the next step a little bit, but it does look like keeping things in integrity will be the best for you. Sorry, my camera has been doing some funky things here. Just want to make sure it was still working. All right, back to the Kings. So it's really about taking the high road, not getting down in the low levels. It may require a little bit more effort, time, and money on your part, but it does feel like the completion is near. The Three of Pentacles is in the past position. This is like finding the balance between mind, body, and spirit. It could be finding the balance between work and play and home life. It does feel like you are collecting more information, and this can stand for a little bit more spiritual card. So you may have reignited some spiritual passion that maybe has been faltering, or that you have raised your faith level up a little bit. Can be wandering into church, wandering into a meditation class, or just holding the vision a little bit more spiritually, trusting the journey a little bit. So it does feel like you have embraced the trust a little bit more and a little bit faith in the journey. You have a second 3 here, so it doesn't surprise me that you're trying to find some balance between work, play, and of course the Empress is here as well. That is a 3 in the higher arcana. So yes, it's trying to find the balance, trying to figure out the juggle for you, Virgo, and how that looks on a daily basis for you. A lot of the things that you have wished for are coming to fruition, so it's just trying to find the balance to give everything its equal time and your attention. Of course, it may not be equal, and that is okay too, but just trying to find how that dynamic works for you. This 3 of Pentacles, this 3 of Wands here, it may dictate waiting a little bit to get some more information. It also kind of dictates weeding out the things that are no longer necessary in your life, and working on the things that will propel you into your greatness. It does feel like you may have hit a little bit of a stumbling block on this project. It does feel like there was a little bit of clouding in communication, a little frustration about it, but in general, waiting just a little bit longer till things are clearer for you before you jump in 100% would probably suit you a little bit better. This does look like you're looking at the big picture, and with the 3s, they can dictate travel as well. So you may need to do some additional travel to complete this project or to get this project off, into the world and going. So it does feel like some travel may be in store to complete this project as well. The Page of Wands is here. Now, pages are messages if they don't represent children. This does feel like it has everything to do with this project, everything to do with moving things forward. Wands are action. Wands are fire. And it also can mean an important message concerning this current situation. It can be work related or social related. So this may be that extra piece of the puzzle that you've been waiting for to bring this all into clarity for you. So don't be afraid to start collecting more and more information before you make any final decisions. The basis of all this is the 8 of Pentacles, and you do have a number of Pentacles in here, which kind of dictate money, time, effort a little bit, just a little bit more. You have it here, here, and here. You also have some emotional stuff going on. I see these cups here, but for the most part, this 8 of Pentacles is yet again collecting more information, dotting all the I's, crossing all the T's. You may have to gather some information if you are going into business on yourself. This may for yourself, this may dictate that you need to learn accounting, or you need to take it to the next level and collect a little bit more information before things get started. But it does look like you're educating yourself in this new way of doing things, and you are connecting. So it looks like a little bit of interpersonal connections, kind of networking for this project. And it could be work related, could be personal related, but it does look like you are now trying to get on the right path of getting these answers fulfilled for you before you take that final leap of faith. The Temperance is here. This is always about balance. This is always about, mental, physical, and spiritual. It is always about finding your own balance within yourself. And not only gifting, but receiving as well. So, but it does look like that creative juggle is putting a little drain on you. I feel that this chakra here is lighting up. So have you been experiencing tension, headaches? You overthinking a little bit? If you are overworking, it is time to step out and put your foot on the earth, make things a little simpler if you can. But Temperance is about trying to find the balance and tempering yourself, basically. and finding out what works and what doesn't, releasing the things that don't without guilt. And this orange triangle is lighting up for me too. It feels like this new endeavor is very, very healing for you. It's something that you have wanted to bring into the physical realm for a while, and it does look like all things are a go. It does look like you had to resolve some things about money in the past for you to either free up some money, you know, could be cashing in stocks, could be settling a divorce, you know, not paying for a child that knows how to pay for themselves, things like this. So it does look like things are coming a little bit more into balance, and you're able to use your money for your endeavors, or at least create a savings of some kind, or hold your vision for you instead of gifting the world. But it does look like you may be experiencing a little stress, headaches while this is taking place. So you may need to just walk away from the computer, walk around the block, you know, take the dog out for a walk, just get some fresh air. But make sure you take care of you. It does feel like the stress level may be coming to a boil. You know, it always does at the 11th hour before we jump right into where we're supposed to be. So make sure that you take care of your health, Virgo. Do not forget yourself as you take care of others as well. The 2 is here, the 2 of Cups, and Cups are emotions. They can be love. This can be the soulmate card. So is your current relationship getting a little deeper, getting a little bit more committed? For those of you without a committed relationship, is your heart open and ready to receive a committed relationship? So this does look like you are perfecting that love space, that heart space. But the medical insignia is also lighting up for me, kind of as a warning to make sure and give yourself as much attention as you do others on a physical level. Do not ignore any signs that tell you to, you know, go get a checkup, or, you know, if you've got a persistent cough, do something about it. Do not ignore your medical concerns. Do not ignore what your body is telling you. So it does feel like maybe diet has been either being ignored or not looked at, and that you may need to adjust your diet a little bit. It's very difficult during the holiday season to adjust diets, but you know, it's okay to treat yourself, but don't do it in a gluttonous manner where you know, if you're allergic to a food and you like it, you know, have a little bit of it and expect the results. Don't gluttonize yourself. But it does look like making you as important as your partner is very important during these next couple of months, because it does look like you have quite a demand on your time and your attention. The 5 of Wands is the culmination card, and this is kind of the static card. This is like being thrust in the middle of something maybe that you did not create. So this may be, you know, some kind of tumultuous thing within the family that you get caught up in, or it can be unexpected or unwanted focus on you, whether it's work related or private related. You know, it can be getting hit on all the time by people that you're not attracted to, or it can be, you know, work has kind of thrust its project on you, and it's kind of when you're taking care of stuff that you didn't necessarily create. But it may be a little tumultuous. Words may be misconstrued over the next couple of weeks or months. So use your words wisely, no cutting words, and get straight to the point. But it does feel like you may have to back out of something while people duke it out a little bit, and it doesn't feel like something that you have created, but you're getting kind of swept up into it. What is on the left of here is the Empress, and this is the nurturing. This can't be, it's right next to your King of Pentacles and your essence here of the situation. So this can be, you know, your project is a baby. It's a new baby, and it needs to be nurtured and, you know, fed and watered and talked to. Or it can actually mean physical potential pregnancy. So for those of you who are looking to get pregnant, that the Empress is right here. And if that is not on your journey, or if you're not in that age category or even that type of body, it may be somebody close to you is creating a baby. It can be the uniting card, the union card as well. But for the most part, it feels like this new project. This project is your baby, and it will require nurturing as from like a mother to a child. And it will require a lot of your attention for the first year or so. So just because it's moving around here and it starts to take off doesn't mean you get to let it fly. It does mean it requires some nurturing. And for many of you, it may mean someone in your family is pregnant, getting married, coupling, starting a new beginning of some kind. The Knight of Cups is on the other side. Cups are about emotions and love. Knights are about motion and moving forward. So are you moving forward in a love space? Are you getting married? Are you moving in together? Are you making a new commitment? Or are you just open and ready to receive a love space if you have not been in a love space in quite a while? So this requires some motion and attention. So don't forget, while this is all happening, that your love space has not been neglected. So that does require a little effort also. So that is your general reading for the month of December. I'm going to throw a couple of these past life karma cards. These are oracle cards from, that one wanted to come out, from Doreen Virtue. And it's monk or nun. So this next month may require you to create a little solitude, create a little space from all this chaos and decision making in order for you to truly come to a decision that is right for you, not necessarily right for everyone else. Okay, and Egypt. Is it time to look at the legacy? Is it time to reconnect with the legacy of the past? Egypt is feeling like something is ancient and old, and it's a tradition that maybe has been forgotten that will be reignited in this new endeavor. So don't be afraid to visit the positive things from the past, even though most of us have traveled away from some of the legacy things that maybe didn't work so much in present time. But it does feel like there is a legacy or a key here. So this may be asking or connecting again with family members for either clarity or joy.